Hello, Group 1. Welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. Let's get into your message. What reality shift can you expect to happen before the end of 2024? And the card it shows, it has this beautiful owl, and it also says wisdom and insight into the nature of physical objects gives you foresight. Use your best judgment. And here's the thing for you, Group 1. There's something that you've been realizing that has been part of a process you've had, I would say for most of you, since 2022. And it has been like in a radical way throughout this year. But I see for some of you, this also started already in 2020, okay? It has been a process of you realizing something about your life, your physical reality, how it is that you put yourself out there, how it is that you operate your life. And it has come to a point now where it's like almost now or never, like there's something very emergent or urgent, you say urgent, and a very big type of energy surrounding this. It's almost like, the moment before a volcano erupts. That is what is coming through for you. So this eruption is likely to happen before 2024 ends, and you will reap the benefits from it in 2025. And the eruption, it's not like it's a tower moment. It's more like the raw force of creation that comes with what happens in a volcano eruption, the lava, how nature actually welcomes it and is glad to have it and knows how to work with it to create new life. So I'm sure you know what this is about. I'm sure you are also eager for this to happen and want to welcome this in. Let's take out some more clarification for you. So you got the coat hanger and the two dolphins. So there's a sense of both stability and playfulness coming from this, because the hard part of this whole thing is actually the process before the eruption, okay? What is to come after this? It is that things will get much more stabilized for you, but also in a sense that it's here to stay. You've already done the work. Those type of how energies and situations can change in how they show up for you depending on if you're in the middle of the process or if the process has already ended for you. Because during the process, you're not sure what will come of this. You're not sure if the result of it will stay, will benefit you. You just trust the process. But what will come from this? It is a reassurance. It is stability in the sense that it is here to stay. That is why playfulness is also coming through, because it is coming through in a very specific way for you, Group 1, that when you're safe and when you don't have to put in all of your energy and time to make sure that things are happening or things are working out for you, because they are, then you can let go of that and just focus on enjoying the harvest of it, the result of it. And that is why the dolphins are coming through for you. It is to tell you, look, what you're going through right now could be you giving it your all, trusting the process, and that takes all of you. That will shift. It won't stay like this for you, especially in 2025, because you will be able to relax, because you will understand that things are here to stay for you. Okay, so you got happy love card number 3, and it says a joyful, stable partnership and good friends. Listen, this could be very much something that is specific for some of you, with happy love, happy connections, happy friendships, happy family. But still, I want to stress the fact that joyful and stable came out in this card, speaking to the coat hanger and the dolphin. So this is a double reassurance, okay, that there are two things that will become the result of the process you've gone through, and that is stability and just being joyful, being happy, because you know that the work you've done by trusting the process, you will be at a state where you will just know that it was worth it. You did a great job. And you will just feel that in your whole being and be like, of course I can relax now. Of course I can give it to myself to just enjoy where I am. I deserve it, because look at what I've gone through. Look what I allowed to happen, and I trusted the process, and look at me now. Yeah, I love this. Like, I'm just getting how proud you will be of yourself. And we got gnosis. You know, this process, it's not just the process, but also the outcome of the process is something that you've always known on a very deep level, is part of your life journey. It is part of who you are. You know that there's like no separation between you and what is to come for you. And even if it has been like up and down with it, and sometimes you haven't even seen any traces of it, there has always been deep in your heart, in the deepest parts of it, a deep knowing. I wouldn't even call it like wishing or praying for or anything like that. It's much more with gnosis. It is this deepest knowing that you don't have to worry. You don't have to overthink it. You barely even have to make anything to allow it to happen, to allow it to come in, to allow it to be created. It's just for you. That is how simple it is. There's something very simple and easy about the outcome of this thing, because of how deeply rooted it is in your heart, that part of your heart that just knows that this will happen. Adversity, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Look at you. Like, we've been talking a little bit about the way you've been dealing with the process, that even if it has been hard, it's been standing in your way almost, you've found a way to make it work for you in a way that has put you on top of it, that has made you and helped you understand what is going on such a deep level, that from that depth you've been able to rise high up. And good for you. That's awesome. And we have growth. Yeah, I'm not surprised. And it says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So there's something greater also coming from this deep knowing that you've always had. There's a connection between you and this deep knowing that will, it tells me a lot about the way that you will keep operating in your future, like the future you, the future self of you, that there will always be a deep connection between you and what is for you. And by being in contact with that, that is how you will also feel safe and stable when things are on the outside, almost showing you the opposite, like, no, that's not for you. You know, like how life can sometimes act like a immature teenager, you know. But because of the connection you will have to you and to those parts of your heart, you will always be calm and be very well assured. It's like you will know how to regulate yourself, even if you're outside is the way it is. Life will always be up and down, but you won't go up and down with it. What you've actually gone through in this process will benefit you for the rest of your life, okay? It has just deepened the connection you have with yourself and your inner guidance. And the thing is that from that space is where you will find both inner growth but also growth in your outside world. It's like you will always be one step ahead of your outside and showing your outside, look at me, this is how you're now supposed to show up because I am showing up like this. So there's a huge lesson you've learned, and you've learned it in the exact way you were supposed to learn it. The Three of Pentacles flipped out for you. The Eight of Swords. There is something that has been trying to get a hold on you, like a hold over you. I'm not quite sure how to say that in English, but something has been trying to dominate or control you in a way that you just knew was false. This could have been some sort of learned behavior, a habit, inner chatter, a belief that was passed down to you that has nothing to do with you. But the thing is that the way you've been connecting to those things that have been trying to drag you down, not only did you not allow it to, but you also did your best to learn from it, to understand it, because there's something about you that has this type of reasoning that I will allow this crap in once, but it's only to make sure that it never comes back again. You're very determined as a person, and you're also very smart about the things you deal with and how they show up in your life and what to do with them. The Two of Pentacles. You know, again, this is very much connected to this, the growth you've had in connecting to yourself and those parts of your heart that truly understands how your life should look like and what is for you. That has created what is right now happening for you. That is most likely something that could be likened to being in two states at the same time, or being in the in-between phase at the same time, like having one foot in the past and one foot in the future. And what is about to happen is that those 2 feet will become balanced and become your present. Okay, so you could be very much in between two phases, in between two worlds even. The Star. So this has to do with life purpose, where you're supposed to be, what is supposed to happen. And you've always been your greatest ally, your greatest guidance. And the times that you got lost happened to strengthen this fact that you are your greatest ally, and no one can guide you better than you can guide yourself. But 2025 will be very much about your life path that you're supposed to walk on, in becoming the version of you that it's already such a big part of you. It's just like it wants to vibrate even more and even stronger and take up take up more space for you. And we have the Six of Pentacles. You know, this is just speaking about that what is for you has always been for you. What is for you loves you so much. What is for you, it is already part of you, and it's almost like it is calling you in. But this is also talking about a specific timing that has, you know, this two realities becoming one reality. 2 feet standing on a distance will stand in the same space. 2 worlds will become one world. It is very much surrounding the energies of 2025 for you, because the Six of Pentacles also talks about coming into balance, being in 2 spaces, but coming into balance and being in one space. But also you getting what you just know is for you and what you deserve. And on the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Swords. You know, if this resonates with you, you've already come to a place and space in your life that is connected to this process that we've been talking about, where you can start to relax now. You've already done the hard work, okay? You've already put in what you were supposed to put in. You have responded to the process the way that you were supposed to respond to it. So if you feel called to it, you can just let down all of your tools, all of your weapons even, and just relax and get into 2025 from a much more like calm state, a relaxed state for you. Because that is why I'm seeing there are 2 worlds or 2 spaces, okay? Because you're not in the old anymore. You're not. You've already done that and you did it amazingly. You're in an in-between phase, and usually in that phase the energies that operate that state, they're not very active. They're much more like closing doors for you so that you can sit, recuperate, take care of yourself, gather all of your energies back to you. Why? Because the new state or the new world is about to be open for you. So you're in that in-between phase, and it's also very telling that it is the last part of this year that you're there. And 2025 will be part of this new world here to come for you that is very much connected to the life path that you're supposed to walk on. Okay, group 1, I will end your reading here. Thank you so much for being here and for spending this time with me. I loved having you here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hello group 2, welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. Let's take a look at the message that is for you, that has to do with the reality shift that you will experience before the end of 2024. And the card you chose says, transformation, change is the natural order of things. Don't be afraid of the unknown. So this is actually quite exciting, because you could be working on something right now, or doing your best to change something or to get something to work in a specific way, and you could be surprised on how these things will solve themselves or show up for you, like what the end result will be of this specific thing before the end of 2024. For some of you, it will be like a detour that you've actually been asking for, but maybe not asking for specifically a detour, but the detour will be guidance for you to be set in the right motion, in the right direction. But there's another group here, a subgroup in group 2, and that is that some things will actually completely end, okay? And that will also be for your highest good, what is best for you. And that also is connected to the first group here to get you in the right motion and in the right direction. Let's get some clarification. Okay. So we have the little girl and the bow. You know, the reality shift has to do with a wish that is very much connected to the most purest, most innocent parts of yourself, where you could actually be dreaming very, very big, but not knowing what to do with that. But this transformation, reality shift, it is connected to a gift that will come your way as part of the redirection, the guidance you will get. It is a gift coming in for you, but it is also connected to like your childhood, your inner child, something you dreamt of as a child. And that is what could be the thing that you've been working on, trying to make happen. And there is redirection going on, big redirection. This doesn't mean that what you've done up until now has been wrong or not worth it. You know, everything is a process, and every little bit of you that you give to the process will always be for your benefit, you know. But this thing, the bow and the little girl, is speaking specifically about a gift that is coming your way before 2024, because it will shift the reality of what you've been trying to make happen. And I've already told you the specifics about a redirection in some way. Yeah, okay, let's continue. We got the festival card number 27, and it says, creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic event. Okay, so again, this has to do with the gift that will come your way, the present. And it could be one specific situation requiring of you to be at the right place at the right time with the right person. But what I see with this is that it is guided. Again, I saw it very clearly directly for you that the redirection is guidance. You're being pulled in a certain direction that could be very much different from the one you think that you're heading towards right now. But there are things that are lining up for you that are very synchronistic. And there's a pull that is pulling you towards this direction, towards this gift. But it is one specific situation, event, circumstance that will require of you to be where you're supposed to be, with who you're supposed to be with. There's something very like divinely guided. And we got the medallion. You know, there is something about this gift that it could be something specific, like something materialistic, something in the physical that carries a lot of worth to it. Okay, so these are just some clues coming your way for you to be able to decipher what this gift is. But we're already seeing that you are right now being guided towards this gift, and it is most likely of a physical appearance, a physical matter that carries a lot of high value to it. And that is quite interesting actually, because what I'm seeing is that you've been trying to make something happen and you've been in a certain direction towards it. Now you're being redirected, getting a new motion to go in, and the help that is coming to you, the gift, will be something very high value. We have death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So you're being encouraged to trust what is happening, trust the redirection, the guidance, and to be brave enough to let the old go, even if that can be very hard. You know, you're never required to be like overly positive about the things that you're supposed to let go of. That is a process all by itself that needs, you know, the type of mourning and sadness and allowing the process to be a process, to take time. But you're being advised to allow it to happen also. And we have judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Let's see. I want to take out clarification for judgment. Oh, okay. You got the... Oh, I always forget what's it called? Like the super flush, the ace flush, the, you know, poker flush. What's it called? You know, when you get like the highest, the best cards coming your way. And here's the thing. There's a very specific message coming for you that you could actually, when it comes to this thing that you've been trying to make happen, that you really want to be part of your life, you could actually have been dealt very bad cards from the beginning. That you could have been working against the odds. Like, let me give you an example that is coming through very strongly, that even if the example per se doesn't resonate with you, you can still take out the underlying energies of the example. But let's say that there's a dream you have about a side project, but you also have a full-time job, okay? The bad cards that has been handed to you is that the side project requires a lot of your time and your energy. But of course, we all know that a full-time job requires that too, right? So you could have been giving it your all and done everything you could to make sure that this happens, but still the side project has been asking more of you than what you've been able to give. This gift that is of a physical matter is connected to this flush, whatever it's called. It is to set the cards in the best order for you. We were also seeing the synchronization of things lining up for you in a specific way to make sure that this happens, because this is talking about path and challenges and things actually working out better for you. But this time you're being guided in another direction, because through that changing path type of way is where this physical thing is waiting for you. And this could be the realization of the thing that you've been trying to make happen, but this could also be the opening so that you can make this thing happen for you. Okay, so the card that flipped out is the Ten of Swords. You know, it's the ending of an era, the ending of a cycle, the ending of you being dealt the worst cards, the cards that, like, no matter how smart you are, no matter how much you give it your best, you can't turn like the worst of cards into the flush. That is why this is coming through, to make sure that this becomes a type of ending. And look at this with death, ending and beginning. But this is coming from your outside, okay? This isn't something that you have to make happen, or like trying to create or using your magic to create. Like this is going on in your outside, in your outside, and it's coming your way by the things that are now lining up for you, by the things that are now happening to put you in alignment with this physical thing that is a gift, that is connected to the cards finally being dealt to you, that have like the potential for a win, that you don't have to use everything you have, like the last minute, the last sweat drop, the last blood drop, to make sure that the cards you're dealt can give you something. No, if they are of the right type, they will do it for you by themselves. The bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords, just in the middle of the heart, you know, but still surviving, going through it, learning from it, but also moving on from it. This, the Three of Swords, the sadness, the mourning of it, is what is ending for you. But this could also be what you're going through right now, that is connected to what it is that you're trying to make happen in your life. That you could be tired of it, you could be tired of the disappointment or believing in it, and you just like look at the cards and you're like, but why do I keep getting the worst ones? You know, the Three of Swords type of cards. That is the Ten of Swords coming through to tell you, you know what? The Death card, it is ending. Why? Because there's a new beginning. There's something coming in for you. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Speaking of what is to come in for you, if you felt like you've been almost cursed, like things have been following you around, that you're like, please leave, like I have nothing to do with you, I don't want you. That feeling or experience will change into much more serendipitous, lucky energies of, yes, things are finally going my way. I am finally being dealt the best cards, that I don't have to give it my all to make sure that it happens. Things are actually making sure that they show up in a way that is possible that makes it possible for this to happen. The Lovers. You know, not only will this thing that you're working towards be perfect for you, but from now on, the shift that you will experience, the things, you know, the emotions, the experiences will also feel much more suited for you, much more what you've been longing for to experience. The Two of Swords. Oh yeah, I get it. This is like the 2024 you and the 2025 you. There are like some more moves to make, and then you will be at this new reality of 2025. And that will be possible because of the gift that is to come for you. That will help you shift from 2024 to 2025 in a way that will feel like this flush card thing, that with the Wheel of Fortune, things are lining up for me, things are being good to me, I'm finally getting what I want. And the world, getting what you want, that is the essence of the world. Because you know the Fool's journey, right? Like from 0 to 21, like when he reaches the World card, that is when he gets everything he has ever wanted. Everything is wrapped up to him, everything is served to him in the best way possible. But that is also connected to 2025. I love this strong connection over here. But the World card is telling you that from now on, you are moving towards what it is that you want in a much more aligned way, in a way that will feel like a gift to you also, but there is a specific gift that will be part of this. But it is asking of you to trust the process, to allow the process to happen when it comes to redirecting you, even if it speaks of a with this like an actual ending of something, so that you can start all over again. And this time it will be the cards you will be dealt will be the perfect ones for you, group 2. Okay, I will end your reading here. Thank you so much for being here and for spending this time with me. I loved having this little quality time with you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, group 3. Welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. Let's take a look at your message, what type of reality shift it is that you will experience before the end of 2024. And the card you chose has this beautiful festival skull, and it also says, or it says, endings. The cycle is over. It's time for you to make a change. Rebirth, exclamation mark. It's time to say goodbye. So you could be very much ready for 2024 to end, because there are certain things that you just know that 2024 will make happen for you, that will be like the fruits you will harvest, that there's like a timing you just know has to do 2025, and you're so ready for that to happen. And I'm actually getting that the endings, they're very joyful, very happy ones. It's like, it's not, I'm getting like the specifics of the things that will end for you, that will cause a reality shift. It is things that you're just done with it, you know. You're excited for what's to come instead of what has been. You're ready for things to shift up and to change shape and to be exchanged or shifted into a new thing. So I see you being in very good spirit and just having great energies inside of you to create something new, something else. This could also be you wanting to create something bigger. So you could have something that will not per se end, but what is to come for you will be like a growth that will be like night and day. You know, you could have had something that almost feels like a skull, like it's bare. It barely has any flesh on it, and then it will just boom, grow and become fully alive, like fully fleshed, a lot of muscles, big body, you know. Two different groups in this group also. Let's get some clarification for you. But I see being very joyful, very exciting, you being very happy, very ready for this growth, for this expansion. And we got the umbrella that is moving around, and the lock. And the lock also says 9 to 5, M and Y, and 1837. So M and Y could be like significant initials for some in this group, but also the numbers that I just said could be very significant, especially like 17, 117, 1177, things like that could be very specific for this group. But let's continue on with your message. Okay, we got air, wanted to be part of your reading. It also says it has the number 16, which also turns into a 7. Work with the element of air to see the truth. Okay, that's interesting. And we got the stone, more famously known as the Philosopher's Stone. Okay, so I get it. You see, like, yeah. Here's the thing. Throughout 2024, there has been a process that has been calling you to actually let go of certain things to allow a growth and expansion for new things to happen. And it has been like a cycle of, like, yeah, like it says here, rebirth, of death and rebirth. And that could have been difficult. You know, it could have been certain specific things that has been asked of you to let go of them, but it could also be like a mindset or a behavior, a pattern, a habit that has been holding you back, and you've been asked to work through that on a very deep level to transform it so that it no longer blocks you. So I see that you've been very active on working on yourself to make sure that you become a better and better version of you so that you can reach your highest potential. And that has allowed you to see the truth in what is going on and how far you can go, so that you've been able to look at what is going on, look at it in a sober way, and be like, okay, I'm gonna be practical about this. I'm gonna look at it in the exact way it is to see how I can move on into something bigger, better, more beautiful, because I just sense that whatever it is that you already have has a big potential for expansion. And that is why you're getting the Philosopher's Stone, which is like the highest possible level to exist in. That is one way to look at it, one way to define the Philosopher's Stone. But you've allowed the process to work with you, work through you, work within you, to cleanse out things. And that is why I'm getting that the energies inside of you, they're so calm, they're so happy, they're so positive, they're so open. They want to expand because throughout 2024, you have been working on this reality shift. You have been releasing baggage that has been holding you down when you just wanted to jump up, take off, fly off. And there has been some anchors holding you down, and you're like, you know what, let's take a look at this. Like, what is this anchor all about? Why isn't it leaving me alone? Why does it keep dragging me down? You took a look at it, you saw the truth, you worked through it, and now you're ready to reach your highest potential, or for this creation of yours or a wish of yours to reach its highest potential. I'm getting this one. Courage, yeah. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Yeah. And we have fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Oh my God, have you overcome amazing things? Like, they could have been so big, so hard, very much like part of your reality in a way that just was like, it could even have been difficult for you just to realize that those things existed. And then when you realized it, it could have been like, almost shook your world, and still you didn't back away. You kept looking at it. You kept believing in what you saw. You saw something standing in your way. You saw an obstacle. You saw a blockage. And you were like, I'm not gonna look the other way. I'm not gonna live in an illusion. I'm gonna look at reality and I'm gonna change it. So you sat down with, oh my God, have you been brave? You've been like a lion. No wonder you're ready to reach your highest potential, because that is a natural result of releasing things, resolving old things. Then of course you change, and then of course your reality change. Oh my God, is this reading so much for you? Like the reality shift? Yes, 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 yes. Reaching your highest potential, that is part of your reality shift. Woo, okay. You've done a great job. Like, I don't even know how to put it to you. Like, where things have been locked, they're getting opened just more and more, like in an expansion for you. King of Swords. Oh, you're so ready for the future. Yeah. You're ready for the future. You want to plan for it. You want it to expand. You want to go for it. You've also, through this process of daring to look at what's not working for you, what's standing in your way, you've also become very, like, you mended and healed the relationship that you have to reality and practicality, even the relationship you have to problems and issues and things standing in your way and blockages, that you just see them as a way to grow bigger. It's almost like you've learned how to turn things in a way that they work for you, even if they're like, no, I'm gonna work against you. You're like, oh, no, that's not my narrative. I'm gonna make sure that you work for me, even if it takes time. You just shifted so much of your perspective and the way you deal with reality. Underneath the deck, strength, again, courage, fear, overcoming things. That could have been part of like shadow work, what your shadow has been asking of you to take a look at, because you've always been so capable. And look at Ace of Cups showing up. You've always been so capable of dealing with reality in a way that benefits you. King of Swords, he knows what benefits him. Strength card, make sure that every little thing that has been difficult on you, difficult for you, you shift it to work for you. You're like in a boss mode. Nine of Wands. Yeah, boss mode. Nine of Wands. The soldier that never gives up. The soldier that knows how to use the 9 wands to keep going. 2 of Wands. You could be in a deep longing for the plans that you've been drawing out, looking at, reshaping, for them to start happening. Yeah, there's a connection here. You want things for the things that you've planned to actually become things that are happening, not just being in the planning mode, but actually in the action mode also. 4 of Wands and 10 of Wands. Yeah, the ending of a cycle for sure for you. But let's see here. Something you're planning for will be birthed. Do you see how? Because what she's carving out in Saturn is a heart. So the harsh energies that Saturn can carry has been transformed into something she loves. So she's carving out a heart. She's pregnant, giving birth to something that very much looks like the sun that is surrounding her. And then the ending of a cycle, something that has been heavy. Because the thing is that even if you've done this on a pro level, looked at things, seen the truth, done the very best you could do, it's still a hard process. It's still a hard thing. And you're not supposed to carry this or do this or only experience this. Because what is to come for you with this reality shift, it is that the thing that you love will be birthed, will come into reality. You will see the fruits of your labor come into your world and be part of your everyday life with the 4 of Wands. It will be like the four walls that you surround yourself with, where you feel safe, where you want to be, where you take almost like your refuge towards. But there is always gonna be an expansion for you that is connected to this, because the philosopher's stone showed up for you of the highest potential. There is never a glass ceiling when it comes to the highest potential. So this could be like a growth that would be like exponential. You grow and then you grow more and more and more. And why not for you, group 3? The type of work you've done is on such a high level, even with air, like the air, where does it end? You know, where is its glass ceiling? And I don't think glass ceilings work for you very well. With the King of Swords, you're ready to go after what it is that you want, to crush every glass ceiling and to keep going, and even like picking up pace. The more you go, the more you see, the more you experience, to become even stronger, grow even stronger muscles, so that you can keep growing your life, your potential. I just see you like in situation after situation. Why things will happen for you is for you to be able to just destroy the glass ceilings that has been put on you or will try to be put on you, because you'll be like, nah, it doesn't fit for me because I'm expanding. So I guess the key word for you is expansion, and that is connected to this reality shift. Okay, group 3, I will end your reading here. I hope this reading was helpful, and thank you so much for spending this time with me. For me, it felt like spending some quality time with you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.